tens of thousands of people apply.
I'm between being on the street, in a field, on a couch. I don't have any sense of stable housing.
Only 500 get picked.
Denver's annual housing lottery is now accepting applicants.
This is specifically just to get a lottery ticket to get your number pulled. And there's another process that you have to go through to make sure that you can get housing.
Tonight, we're going in depth on the mad dash for affordable housing.
All of our apartments, all of our subsidized, has anywhere from a 6-month or longer wait list.
With thousands of people unable to afford to even live in the place they call home.
It would offer me like a home base where I can actually make plans for life.
Plus, a grandmother in critical condition tonight after being attacked by dogs.
Pit bulls they don't normally just take off on somebody like that. That's unusual.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for Denver 7 News at 6. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. We're glad you're with us tonight. Well, today, applications open for Denver's housing lottery.
And the lottery is essentially Denver's way of selecting applicants for families in need of Section 8 housing. However, before we go into the lottery, let's go deeper on how much it actually costs to afford to live in Denver. Now, I looked over the August housing report released last week by the Denver Metro Association of Realtors, and the average single-family home sale closed at $657,000 last month, and that's nearly a 7% increase from the year before.
Now, if you're looking to rent, the median rent for a one-bedroom, this is on the apartment website Zumper, is listed for just over $1,700 a month. A two-bedroom is closer to $2,300 for rent. And those prices, they're just not attainable for tens of thousands of people here in the metro who are now entering the housing lottery.
And even if you get into the lottery, that doesn't mean that you automatically get Section 8 housing. Instead, those who are selected will simply receive instructions on how to start the housing application.
Well, Denver 7's Micah Smith begins our coverage tonight and spoke with a man who sees this lottery as one of his only chances to find a home in Denver.
Where are we going to be? Where are we going to stay?
Mothers looking for homes for their kids.
I only get $1,200 a month from Social Security.
And seniors on limited incomes. On any given day in Denver, thousands of people are searching and hoping for an affordable place to live. And on this day,
I don't live anywhere right now. I'm between being on the street, in a field, on a couch.
Carrie Kleiner and many others are entering the Denver Housing Authority's lottery for a chance to win an affordable housing voucher.
For me, it's especially a great opportunity.
Out of thousands of applicants, DHA will pick just 500 voucher winners, and Kleiner hopes he's one of them.
I hope I get a Section 8 voucher. It's stressful, so there's also an emotional wear and tear that just comes from that kind of uncertainty.
But the peer navigators here at St. Francis Center say even if you win the lottery and get your hands on a coveted housing voucher, it could still take a while before you get into a home.
But even if I get a housing voucher today, I might not be able to find an apartment for 3 to 6 months.
St. Francis peer navigator William Bengert says it's still worth a try, and he's helped dozens of clients apply for the lottery.
We make it real simple and easy for them, okay? We make sure that they have an email address so they can get a hold of them. We make sure all the information is correct.
Bengert himself entered the lottery when he fell on hard times. He didn't win, but says some of his clients have.
It can build your pride back. It can help you hold your head higher.
I hope I can be able to invite my family who live elsewhere into my life in a way that they can feel safer around me.
Kleiner says winning the housing lottery for him would mean stability and no longer worrying about where and if he will sleep at night. Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Now, more than 20,000 people are expected to enter this year's lottery just to get the chance to apply for the Section 8 vouchers. However, as Micah explained, just 500 vouchers are expected to be given out this year in Denver. Now let's explain who exactly can apply. To qualify, a single person has to make less than $36,700 a year. For a family of 4, it's just over $52,000 a year. The application period for the lottery closes at midnight tomorrow, and if you'd like to apply, we do have a link to the direct application. Just go to denver7.com.
All right, so let's dig deeper here. The city of Denver has a 5-year plan to increase the number of affordable housing options in the city. There are 3 main goals for Denver's Department of Housing Stability. First, increasing the ratio of total incomes restricted homes from 7% to 8%. And this would create and preserve 7,000 rental units and houses. The city also hopes to protect at least 950 apartments in income-restricted rental units. And lastly, the city's plan hopes to increase the rate of home ownership of low-income households. This includes raising the rate for communities of color. The city released a draft of its plan in August. The hope is to achieve some of these goals by 2026. And to see more of our in-depth coverage on housing in Denver and throughout Colorado, check out our free Denver 7 Plus app, available to download now for your streaming device.
Tomorrow, Arvada police officer Dylan Vakoff will be laid to rest, and we will bring you coverage all morning long on Denver 7 and on Local 3. We will carry the main procession live at 8:30, as well as the funeral service, which is happening at Flatirons Community Church in Lafayette. That is expected to begin at 10 a.m. You can also watch all morning long on Denver 7 Plus.
Well, police have arrested two 16-year-old boys in connection to a shooting outside the Carla Madison Rec Center in Denver last week. One of the teens is being held tonight on 2 counts of attempted murder, the other facing accessory to the crime. Denver police say the shooting began as a fight between the 2 teens and a 20-year-old male. The 20-year-old has since been released from the hospital. And then an innocent bystander, 14-year-old RJ Harding, was shot as well. And his mother tells us RJ has already had 2 surgeries to remove bullets and fragments and has another scheduled for next week to reconstruct his jaw.
Tonight, an 89-year-old grandmother is in critical condition after being attacked by 2 pit bulls in Golden. Her 12-year-old grandson was also attacked and is in stable condition. The dogs belong to the family and attacked the 2 at their home, and police say the boy ran to a neighbor's house to call police, and officers arrived while his grandmother was still being attacked.
Our officers acted heroically, quickly, and decisively, putting themselves between the animals and the victim. Officers used themselves as human shields. It was a tragedy. A very emotional scene is what I can say.
Both dogs were known to the victims, and one of the dogs involved in the attack was euthanized. The other is currently at a shelter.
And unfortunately, vicious dog attacks like this really are not as uncommon as you might think.
Denver 7's Russell Haythorne is going deeper tonight and spoke with another Colorado victim who was attacked by a dog just last month.
It's a lovely neighborhood.
Stacy Cohen usually can't say enough good things about where she lives.
I was inside and I was about to go out and get the mail.
But what happened here last month,
I didn't see anything out here,
shattered her sense of safety.
The yellow dogs came up on my deck and they were threatening me, growling and barking and being real aggressive. Go home.
She captured this video of those 2 yellow dogs on her front deck and another aggressive black dog running around to the other side of the deck.
I was telling the dogs to go home, and pointing at home, and I thought they were leaving.
Rather than leave, they attacked.
The 3 of them were all crowded around me and they were viciously biting my legs. The attack was so vicious, I did not think I was going to survive at one point.
She finally managed to kick her way into the front door and call 911.
My legs were just covered in blood. I was bit in multiple places. I was absolutely terrified.
Cohen filed this report with Adams County Animal Management, but now, a full month after the attack and investigation, Cohen still doesn't know where her neighbor's dogs ended up.
They won't even tell me if they've given the dogs back.
We reached out for comment about the status of the dogs. Adams County has not yet responded. However, an ordinance on their website says it shall be unlawful for any person to own, possess, or harbor a dog that has caused bodily injury to a person. According to court records, the owner of the dogs is due in court October 12th on charges of ownership of a dangerous dog, bodily injury. Cohen plans to be in court that day.
You can either speak out or you can stay shut up and be afraid. It's not going to be any worse if you speak out than if you stay shut up and be afraid. I'm hoping this will be enough.
For now,
they'll get out again.
She's changing her habits a bit.
Whenever I walk out of my house, I carry this bag.
Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
Celebrating their roots.
Uniting our community and bringing back our culture.
Tonight, we are kicking off Hispanic Heritage Month by visiting a local gathering with food and dancing galore.
I think we need this more than ever to be united and to get together.
A scattering of storms early tonight. The weekend forecast looks warm and dry.
Plus, the Broncos get a special visit from Lord Stanley's Cup.
And one local child gets to live out his superhero dreams.
Made it to give it out to all the kids at the Children's Hospital of Colorado.